What's up guys, it's Chris from Half Chrome. Today I am reviewing the Luba 2 GPS lawnmower from Mammotion. Now this thing has worked out really well. I'm here actually at my in-laws house. You might wonder why I'm here, not at my house using a lawnmower there. It's not just because I love my in-laws, I'll tell you that. But we'll get into that later. What I can tell you now is this thing is working awesome. Super fun. Father-in-law is a huge fan. He is #1 happy customer. So I got to interrupt myself right here. Check out this voicemail my father-in-law left me today, thanking me for the lawnmower. So this is totally unbiased, and really this is all the review you need. So check out his opinion before I come back and give you a more detailed review.
Hey Chris, how are you? Hey, I'm out picking up stuff, just driving around the country. I just wanted to tell you thank you for setting up that lawnmower for me. That has been a real blessing and a real joy every time we see, Mom calls him Mario, little Mario. Anyway, anytime we see Mario, we just laugh and watch him. But it's doing a great job. Finished up both lawns after you did the paddock, and it looks really good. So it's bought me a lot of time to do other things and catch up. So thank you. Bye.
So stick around, I'll get into the review of the Mammotion Luba 2. Welcome back guys. So the Luba 2 is a GPS guided lawnmower and it's fully autonomous. It does everything based on a mapping system, and it has its own onboard navigation tools and obstacle avoidance tools as well. Those include 3 ultrasonic distance sensors, a dual camera system, and also a GPS. Oh, and the front bumper as well is sensitive, so if it runs into an unexpected object. Ow! Probably shouldn't have snuck up on it like that. When the camera system has time to see me there, it approaches much more slowly before it gives me a bump. Setting up the GPS areas is actually a breeze once you get used to it. No real problems with that at all. You walk it around the perimeter of where you want to mow. You maintain some amount of distance from hard objects over sidewalks that are nice and even with the lawn. I just overlap that. And that kind of defines the perimeter. Once you get back to where you started, you say that you're done. Then little keep out areas around trees and things, you map those as no-go zones. And then between different sections of the yard, you make little pathways to connect those, and it goes over those without mowing. So the setup is really easy. You can go after the fact and delete no-go zones. You can delete entire areas. Really easy to navigate the app, very intuitive and not buggy as long as you have a good GPS signal. For the GPS, this system utilizes GPS on the mower as well as an RTK ground station. There's also a charging station for it. As long as everything stays put, there's no issues. If you do move the charging station or the RTK station, it does automatically recognize that and say, do you want to update its location? You say yes, it updates it, everything's good to go. So really streamlined, easy to use. This isn't our first robotic lawnmower here at Half Chrome. So Jack has one at home that uses a wire guided system. You set up a wire around the yard that sets the limits, kind of like a dog fence. This is definitely better, but only if you have good GPS reception. So there's a lot of rules about where you set the ground station and what kind of obstacles you have around. This is an ideal location out here because there aren't a ton of mature trees, there's no radio interference, it's just the one house with the Wi-Fi. So very, very ideal situation for it. I do have to say that at my house I did have some struggles. I did not go through the full debugging process, full disclosure. I kind of gave up. Did some reboots, repowered up, down the whole system, remapped, tried to multiple times. and ultimately it would always get hung up with the mower itself losing connection to GPS. So rather than go through the full debug process, send my error logs back to Mammotion, I just moved out here and everything was a breeze. So I can't tell you it wouldn't work at my house, but at this point I think I can't go back. The father-in-law is too committed to having this thing here, so I think it found its forever home here. Some other features of the Luba too, it has a water sensor, so if it starts to rain, you can tell it to, you can have it set so it'll automatically go home. You could have it mow in the rain. We're not going to do that. The default is that it will return to its charging station. It is totally waterproof, right? It can just sit outside here, which is wild to me. It seems like you should be putting it away in a garage like a regular lawnmower. But it will park itself and just start charging until you tell it to go again, or maybe it tries again if it stops raining. I actually haven't gotten that far yet. But yeah, it's got the rain sensor. It goes up hills really, really well. It's got all-wheel drive. So there's some pretty steep slopes here, zero issues. Parking and unparking itself is impressive to see as well. I mean, it has to be within about an inch, couple centimeters of being dead on, and it will get there every time. You know, the nice thing about all this stuff is it does it automatically. You might be frustrated about how slow it is if you were walking behind it, but you're not. It parks itself automatically, it mows automatically. It means you're going to be mowing a lot more often. Another nice thing is you can hear me. You're probably having a hard time hearing the mower right now. It is very quiet. In fact, the first time we set it up here, we had a family party in the backyard. Now you're not going to be running your zero-turn mower or even your walk-behind right next to, a few feet away from a family party. But this, being run off battery and being very quiet, you can really run it whenever you want. You can run it at night, you can run it during parties, whenever you want. Another nice thing you'll find doing with an automated mower is you're going to be mowing more often. At my house, I usually wait a week and the grass gets too long. It's pretty unhealthy for the grass to wait for it to grow 3 inches and then mow it, which is where we're at in the spring, like it is here, springtime Chicago. So you can have it mow every day, every other day seems a little more realistic. And even if you have an area too big to mow all at once, it will recharge itself, so no issues here. It's going to take about 2 to 3 charges to do the full area here, even with the 5000 version that we have, which is the second largest battery that they make at Mammotion. So cutting the grass more often, it will always stay basically the same length, and it'll be healthier as well. Jack, with his mower at his house, has said that his grass almost immediately started growing and better once he set up the automated mowing, which runs pretty much every day. With him, it's more like a Roomba. It just kind of bounces all over the place. So he runs it, I think, every day just to kind of keep everything short. With this one, we're going to set it up to mow every yard, every second or third day. And so, yeah, it'll basically be running every day, a different section of the lawn. So, pretty cool. Mammotion sent me a couple of nice accessories. They sent some extra blades. The blades on this thing are very small. They're more like double the size of a razor blade, but not like a big mower, and that's part of the reason it's so quiet. They also sent what they call the garage. It's just a lid for the charging station. It flips up a little bit so you can kind of access some of the buttons without needing to use your phone to guide the system. But in the wind, it kind of blows and flaps around. So it was super windy here last night. Hopefully that holds up in the long run. We'll see. You know, the in-laws talked about it like they hadn't seen it that windy before. So hopefully that's the full stress test and there's no issues with it. But we might have to kind of, it's in a super low wind part of the house, but I don't know, we might have to make some adjustments there. Another accessory they sent me was the mount for putting it on the side of your house. So it's kind of this L-shaped bracket, and if you want to put the RTK up in the air, if you're in a more crowded neighborhood, that could be a key thing to have as well. Didn't end up needing to have it here. It sits right there in between 2 yards, and no issues with connectivity anywhere we go here. So the RTK is able to stay connected wherever the robotic mower is going. There are some additional settings you can mess with for the mower, like is it going to do a grid pattern? You can change the angle so it goes one direction one time, a different direction the other, so you get that nice cross pattern. You can have it do different numbers of loops around perimeters, because it's doing the zigzag now. You can set it to zigzag first and then do a perimeter, or do the perimeter first. We set it up to do the zigzag first because it looks cooler going back and forth, but you can set it up either way. The default settings are totally fine. I just made a few tweaks here and there. It's all very intuitive, so just set it up for your preferences, however you want to do it. I haven't set it up on a schedule yet, but it looks very, very simple to do. We're going to be doing that. I can do it remotely. I can do it from my house, which is about a 30-minute drive away. I can set it up for him. I've been showing him the app as well, so my father-in-law will be able to make adjustments as well. So that's really it. At the end of the day, we have a super satisfied customer. The setup is actually a lot easier than you think it would be. The app is quite streamlined. As I said, really the only kind of concerns I have right now are if you're in a super crowded zone. I didn't fully debug that. And the wind issue, and exactly where we're going to end up placing the charging station. So other than that, it's been a really great experience. Father-in-law is just tickled with this thing. So yeah, happy customers. So if you're interested in this, guys, learn more in the description below. Also check us out at halfchrome.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.